In 2012, Subaru finally gave enthusiasts what they had been longing for, a bare-bones, rear-wheel drive sports car that virtually anyone could afford. It earned rave reviews from journalists who praised the car's handling and fun-to-drive characteristics. But buyers were quick to point out the car's biggest flaw, which was it didn't feel fast, not exactly what you want in a sports car. I mean, 200 horsepower, it's probably adequate for this 2,700 pound car, but it had some notable dip in the torque band around 4,000 RPM that really leaves something to be desired. I mean, in most cars, 4,000 RPM, that's like around the range where you really expect the power to come on, and in this car, it just kind of falls flat, and it kind of gives you the impression that the car's slower than the specs would lead you to believe. It didn't take long for the aftermarket to find a solution though, and a quick search on the forums will give you the simple answer: catless headers and a tune. Now, if you followed my extremely sporadic 86 videos, you might remember that we did the Tomei unequal length catless headers, and today we're going to be tuning the car using the OPENFLASH tablet, which is one of the more popular tuning options for this car, and hopefully this will remove that torque dip. So when you take it out of the box, the first thing that you're going to do is plug it into your car's OBD2 port, which in this car is in the driver footwell right above the gas pedal, and then you're going to turn the key in the ignition to on without starting the engine. And then you're going to follow the on-screen prompts where it says read. Now I've already messed around with this the last couple days just to kind of figure out how it all works, but basically you're going to follow the prompts and it's going to create a backup of your car's current tune, and it's going to grab some other vehicle information like your VIN number, which you're going to need when you go to download your tunes later on. They are engine, transmission, and model year specific. So the purchase of your tablet includes free downloads of OPENFLASH's pre-made or off-the-shelf tunes. You can also download tunes that other people have made, and more advanced users can even create their own tunes using additional software. The OPENFLASH tablet itself is just sort of the go-between to get the files from your computer onto your car. Now, important note here, the file management software for this thing only runs on native Windows computers, so if you don't have one, you're gonna have to borrow one like I did. But once you've got the tunes installed on here, you're ready to flash them onto the car. So OPENFLASH offers 4 of their own tunes for this car depending on how it's modified. Stage 1 is for cars that are completely stock. Stage 2 is for cars with aftermarket catted headers. Stage 2 Plus is for aftermarket catless headers. And there's also an E85 tune that they offer for these. Now, because we're running premium fuel and we have the Tomei catless header, we are going to be running the Stage 2 Plus tune, and I'm going to connect my car to a battery charger just so that the battery doesn't die while it's tuning. All right, and then just like we did before, we're going to plug it into the OBD2 port and then switch the ignition to on without actually turning the engine on. And then you're just going to follow the prompts on the screen here. So again, you're going to go into tuning, and it's going to read out the data on here. And now this time we're going to click on write, and that's going to show you the different tunes that you have stored on the tablet that you just got from your computer. So then from here, we're going to choose the Stage 2 Plus. Now, one of the warnings that it's going to give you before you start is you don't want to disturb anything in the car while it's running. You don't want to open any doors or mess with the seatbelt or anything like that. Once it gets started, just let it run. It takes about 5 minutes to flash onto the ECU, and you should be good to go. Then once the tune is finished, the on-screen prompts will tell you to take the key out for 20 seconds, let it sit. And then what you're going to do with the garage door open, obviously, is you're going to start it and you're going to let it run for 60 seconds. Just let it idle without pressing the accelerator. That way the engine can learn the new parameters. All right, let's see if I remember how to drive stick. So we do have the Greddy Evolution GT exhaust. That shouldn't make any difference with this tune, but in case you're wondering what that noise is, it's funny because I'll go periods of time without driving this car because of course the 340 is my main daily driver. But every time I get back in here, I remember just why I love this car so much. It's like such a simple, like driver focused experience, which I really love. Just driving around the block here to get the temperatures up. Let's turn onto this back road and see how it does. Well, the torque dip is definitely gone. Feels so much better than before. that 4,000 RPM torque dip, and for how simple of a tuning solution that was, it really makes you wonder why the Toyota engineers didn't do it that way from the factory. Now, according to OPENFLASH's site, it says that the tune is good for an additional 20 horsepower. Now, I don't have access to a dyno, so I can't confirm that. I feel like it might be wishful thinking though. Even though that torque dip is gone for sure, I'm still not really getting that pushback in my seat feeling like when we did the boot mode flash tune on my 340i, but that's just the difference between like NA and turbocharged cars. Unfortunately, with naturally aspirated engines, it's a lot harder to squeeze any extra horsepower out of it, but having the torque available at lower RPM, it does make the car a lot more fun to drive. You don't really have to wring it out as much as you did before with the original tune. So the big question, is it worth it? So full disclosure, Katie and I don't have any sponsors for this car, so we bought the tablet and the header full retail price. $450 for the tablet and $700 for the header. Nearly $1,200, that's a lot of money to get some additional low-end torque out of this car, which in my opinion, Toyota should have worked out before these cars even went for sale. Now, my results today were just from using OPENFLASH's own pre-made tunes. It might be interesting to do a follow-up in the future, trying out some different tunes, or if you guys have any that you would recommend, leave a comment down below. That might be fun to experiment with, but I really just wanted to try it like straight out of the box, using all of their own stuff to see what kind of a difference it would make. Also keep in mind, I am a little bit biased from daily driving my 340i, which has more than double the torque of this car. If you're someone who's only driving an 86, you'll probably feel a bigger difference than I did. I had Katie test drive the car when we got done with the tune, and she was just blown away by the difference, so there is that. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight on the OPENFLASH tablet. Maybe it helps you decide if it's worth it for you or not. So just give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.